All right, Mike. Big time of the year for a lot of our high school guys, our juniors and our seniors, is recruiting. Right? We get a lot of questions. Should I be paying for this service? Should I have a social media? What should I be doing to get recruited? Where should I be looking? As a guy that came from Shepherd University, shout out Bretton Doyle, alumni. What is your take, or what should these high school guys be doing to get recruited?
Yeah, the big thing for me is make sure you're building your brand as one that is just very solid. Like, you don't want to be posting a lot of just kind of like nonsense pictures, just kind of like with your buddies, that kind of stuff. It's okay to do some personal stuff, but you want to provide some content for when a coach hears your name and he searches you, that he's able to find some video of you or find some stats or anything like that, right? And same thing goes for the guys that don't have any social media, right? You don't need to partake in all the personal stuff, but have something that you can toss a couple videos on, whether if it's hitting, pitching, fielding, all of it, just to kind of start building your rep.
Let me ask you this too. At Shepherd, how popular was the long emails? Are you going that route, or are you going more of the quick video, 30-second clip?
Yeah, I mean, I want something like one paragraph. You know, tell me who you are, where you're from, where you go to high school, and then I want a video of you hitting and fielding, right? If you're a pitcher, obviously just pitching, but like, you know, some positions would look at a little bit more in depth. Like if it's a catcher, definitely would watch more, because that's more of a defensive first position. So I definitely kind of attract more to how they receive first and then see if they can hit.
Yeah, and last thing, do you think guys should be paying for recruiting?
No, not at all.
Absolutely not. I was going to say, I think when we grew up, it was a necessity because social media wasn't as big and emails were huge. Now it's get a quick video. That's all coaches want to see. There's with the transfer portal, they don't have time to sit there and look at these long emails at these recruiting services. Not that all of them are bad or have bad agendas, but I don't think there's a need to spend $2,000 when your dad can have a camera or you can have a camera.
Sure. Yeah, the big thing for me is talent gets found where talent is, right? If it doesn't matter what, you can go to any type of JUCO, like whatever, it doesn't matter what high school you go to. If you're talented, somebody's gonna find you, right? But it helps to help yourself present yourself a little bit more. So Alex, I've had a couple lessons in the past month where the person I'm giving the lesson to just won't communicate to me how they're feeling, or how they feel about a certain drill, or just anything that is concerning them. How do you kind of approach that in your lessons?
Yeah, well, what I try to do is try to challenge my guys. Obviously, you get the kid that's super talkative, and then you get the kid that's super shy. But I think the positive of being an athlete that expresses how you're feeling, it helps not only yourself, but it helps the coach, right? We're here to help you. We're the mechanics of your swing. If we don't know that the swing's wrong, if we don't know that your tires are flat, I can't help you, right? So, quick story, I had one of my softball girls the other day. We were doing a drill that we've done for a while now, and in my head, it looked good. She was hitting the ball well, the Rapsodo numbers were good, but in her head, she wasn't feeling what she needed to feel, right? What we were trying to get to, and she advocated and said, hey, I'm not feeling what I think you want me to feel. Is there anything we could change? So we went from this move to this move, and different drill, just added in a little piece, and it was like night and day difference, right? And if she didn't tell me that stuff, I would have never known. I'm sitting here thinking she feels good, and I mean, she's going to be a D2 athlete, so I'm thinking in my head that she knows what she's doing. So I think a lot of the times it comes down to when kids don't, or athletes don't, it's more so with our younger guys, is they're afraid to say the wrong thing, right? Or they don't know how to advocate for themselves. They don't know how to express it. In my mindset, I would rather you express something that to me makes zero sense, but at least you're expressing it, because I think that gives them the practice of being able to, when they get older, they can start to make it make sense, if that makes sense.
And I like, what I see a lot is hitters need to be able to mesh the feelings they have with the reality, right? So that's why we take video during a lot of our lessons, right? Because if they're not able to kind of mesh the two, right, you're not really making a ton of progress, right? And the thing that I always say to my guys is it's a two-way conversation, right? Especially in hitting. Like, you have to give me all the information I can get, right, to help you the most you can.
Yeah, and it's funny too, because I think a lot of the times we know the answers when we're asking it for them, but it's more so we want them to tell us, right? I know that you're not feeling good on this drill, or I know you're not feeling what you need to feel, but you got to tell us, right? I'm more so, like you said, it's the two-way conversation, not the me just bouncing ideas off myself, if that makes sense. Obviously, you being an instructor, or us being instructors at Hit for Power here, we use Rapsodo technology for all of our guys, whether they're young or old, but that doesn't mean we're looking for the same numbers, correct? What are you looking for, let's say, a 13-year-old ball player, when he looks at that screen and he sees the TV and he sees a bunch of numbers, what are the big ones that you're really looking for, the most important ones?
Well, starting first is definitely like I want to go position then power, right? So I want to get the flights going like solid first, right? I want to get line drives, power fly balls, all of that first, right? Just how to square up the baseball first, right? I think that's the most important thing. And then once we are able to start doing that consistently, then we can start looking into more, leg drive and really starting to get that exit velocity up, right? Looking at ways to kind of, in fine details, to create more whip, all that kind of stuff. But I'm really starting, I'm not like, if it's like my first lesson with a person, I'm not really looking at the Rapsodo too much, maybe just to get a base, but I'm really kind of dedicating myself to really getting those flights down first, right? And then we're gonna kind of add the juice after that.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's cool for maybe towards the end of the lesson, once you put together all the tee work and the front toss, and you put together the mechanical piece of it, I think the last 10 minutes it's great to have it adds a competition piece, especially for the younger guys of, they don't really know what the spin is supposed to look like. They don't know what they want to see the cool stuff, the distance and the velo, right? Which is great stuff. But like you talked about is, I think if you can go consistent backspins, who cares if it's 40 miles an hour, 45 at my younger ages, if you can do that consistently, by the time you get to 13, 14, that exit velo then is going to be your priority. That's what guys look for. But nobody wants a 95 exit velo that's pulled foul every single time hard top spin,
Yeah, and if you'll see with like lessons I have with like reoccurring like high school kids that I've had a lot in, right? We'll do like specific velo rounds, right? Where we kind of gas up the machine and we're seeing what are we capable of, right? Kind of almost like a max when you're in the weight room, right? Just to see how much we can do, right? And I like kind of tying that into, maybe this is kind of our 2-0, 3-0 swing. Like, what is our best swing that we can control, right? Yeah. And that's kind of more what I'm getting after.